Hello, this is Courtney with C. Clark Creative. Thanks for stopping by. Today I've got a pair of Halloween cards using foiling in two different ways. I've got some new products from Says Stamp Timber release, the Spooky die, the Batty die, and the Just Batty stencil is what I'm using today. So a lot of fun, these new products, and just in time for Halloween. So what I'm starting here is I'm preparing my stencil with some pixie spray. What this is, it's a light tack spray that you spray on the back of your stencil, dries within a few minutes, and then it makes the stencil a little bit tacky. So when you adhere paper to it, it holds, but it releases very well. So I'm using my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station, and I don't even need to use the magnets today because I have that pixie spray, but I still like the surface, which is why I'm still using it today. For this first technique, I'm using transfer gel, which does require a heated laminator to set, but there is a transfer gel duo, which is set, the foil is adhered either by a laminator or by a simple die cut machine. So essentially you spread the gel over the project, over the stencil, getting it as evenly coated as possible. That's going to get you the best foiling. And then you set the panel aside to dry for about an hour, and then you foil on top. So here I'm doing 2 card panels. I don't even have to clean my stencil. I just set the stencil above the second panel. You can see because of that pixie spray, it adheres right to that cardstock. I put it in the same place, add some more gel, spread it evenly, and then I will set the 2 panels aside to thoroughly dry and get those tools cleaned up before anything starts adhering. So clean up first thing while those card panels are drying, and we're going to do some other die cutting in that while that's happening. So I've got the bats here. It's the front and back layer, which I've elected to do in black and gray. This is Gina K cardstock, the black Onyx and Stormy Sky. I also cut some card bases, 1 card base from each of these colors, and there'll be some panels that you'll see in a little bit here. So we're going to move into the second foiling. I have a 6-inch wide adhesive tape here, and I'm adhering it straight onto a piece of cardstock and trimming it. This cardstock I made sure is just big enough for the die sentiment to cut twice on. So here it is, Spooky. I'm going to die cut this twice just like this. You will most likely need a shim. Run this through your die cutting machine a few times. So all you have to do is peel off the sticky backing and then lay this down on a table, and then lay the foil shiny side up right above it. And that adhesive is what's going to get that foil to stick. So I'm just trying to make sure it's flat. You have 1 shot at this. You're not going to be able to reposition, so try to get it on there flat. I'm going to do it a second time just so that you can see. Pull that off. Lay it straight over and press it down with your fingers, and then for best results, you're going to want to run this through your die cutting machine, just because that extra pressure is going to make sure that the foil is adhered quite well. So once you do that, you can just peel the foil off, and you've got some fantastic sentiments that are foiled. Now this technique does create a very cool spidery effect, spider web-like or crackly-like look, which is perfect for these Halloween cards. So when you're wanting that type of look, this is a great technique. So I'm just kind of putting these on my 2 card panels. This Spooky die does come with a background, so I cut 1 from gray, 1 from black, because I am doing opposite colors with my mats and my card bases. So 1 card has a gray card base, a black mat, and then the gray background to text, and then one vice versa. So the transfer gel is dry now. It's not even tacky. You can feel the gel, but it's not sticky or anything. You put the foil directly on top and run it through a laminator, which I always sandwich mine in a piece of parchment. You don't have to do that. And then I have an electric eraser just to help clean up some of those overfoiling areas. I have the rounded corner dies that I have cut those back panels into, and also one size larger panel. And then I have my card bases here. I have a metallic paint here. I had a little bit of water, and then tapping, I guess, one paintbrush onto the other, kind of putting a spray or speckle onto these cards. And then at this point, I'm going to start adhering things together while I'm letting those card panels dry. That paint dries very quickly, so by the time I get these sentiments put together, they're ready to go. I can layer up my cards, and I just use Gina K Connect glue to adhere everything together. And there you have it. 2 cards foiling in 2 ways that are both simple to do, but give your projects a look where people will kind of wonder, how did they do that? That seems so hard, and it's really not. Quite easy, and does not require a lot of supplies to do either, which is great. So I thank you for joining me today. Be on the lookout for some more Halloween cards. 'Tis the season, and I love making Halloween cards, so we'll see some more. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.